What's going on, peoples? What's going on? So finally, man, I had enough time to bring this to you. The Invincible review. See, we're gonna start from the top. If I know it kind of wasn't planned, so if my brother KG catches it, I ain't gonna stress him out to jump on him. But he gonna do one of the episodes with me before we get through season one. You know what I mean? It took us forever to get season two. But this is a great Amazon Prime series. Um, even though it's based on like superhero, mythology and things like that, and it actually takes certain things from heroes that we, grown to love and things like that. I just gotta say, for a comic book that doesn't have anything to do with Marvel or DC, this is definitely a great comic. Definitely comic book and story arc wise. So, mad props and respect to them for putting this on Amazon. Um, I didn't know about this comic because when this comic had came out, I was really young. This had came out in the early 2000s, and great. Like I said, great storyline, great characters in it. Even though they take away from a lot of our favorite and great characters, still in all, it's a great comic. So let's go to the beginning of this thing. So you got two of the bodyguards outside of the White House, talking about their regular day life and things like that, and their personal lives and personal issues. Then all of a sudden, you get the Mauler twins, um, who are actually at the White House and trying to assassinate the president. Which I think is very interesting. It's always funny with the Mauler twins because we never know who's the clone and who was the original. It's just like that great old saying, what came first, the chicken or the egg? And I can't tell you, I cannot tell you, honest to God, it's like the bad guy or the superhero, which one came first. But the Mauler twins, they seem to always get into this situation to where we never know who came first. Oh, you're the clone. And you're the clone. Clone, I'm the original. And they always go back and forth with it. It's actually very hysterical to me to actually watch them two go back and forth when it comes to that. And make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, even if you're a playback player, in the words of my brother Cadillac Red. Now, the Mauler twins, even though they're attempting to assassinate the president, they definitely meet some resistance. It doesn't come without them meeting some resistance from the Guardians of the Globe. The Guardians of the Globe is a faction of Aquarius, Martian Man, Darkwing, Green Ghost, the Immortal, War Woman, and Red Rush. There they go right there, the Guardians of the Globe. Green Ghost, Red Rush, Darkwing, the Immortal, Aquarius, War Woman, and Martian Man. You know, I would love to see if you guys follow that channel where they compare and contrast like what person or reason why this superhero or this action hero will win and things like that. I would love to see the Guardians of the Globe against the Avengers, the Justice League. You know, I would just love to see it. I would just love to see who would actually win because I mean, a lot of their characters have a lot of similarities to the Justice League members and the Avengers. But I'm just saying, me personally, I would just like to see it. But anyway, the Mauler twins get intercepted by the Guardians of the Globe. The Guardians of the Globe is an elite group of heroes that banded together and serve and protect. Don't get me the Lion. I don't know. I know this actually. They take place in real places. Of course, they're in DC protecting the White House. I seen Chicago mentioned in the second season. So I'm assuming that these are in real places. But nevertheless, the Guardians of the Globe always serve and protect, with occasionally, sometimes, getting help from one of the greatest heroes on the earth right now, who is Omni-Man, aka Nolan. It's funny because I had a teacher named Nolan. He was a health teacher and a gym teacher. He kind of looked like Omni-Man before he went bald. I'm saying face-wise, not body type-wise, because Nolan is kind of brolic. I can't front. But anyway, Omni-Man helps out the Guardians of the Globe time to time, and you know, I gotta admit, it's a beautiful thing. So then we transition into the house, into Omni-Man's house, and we meet this guy right here, his firstborn son, Marky Mark, aka Invincible. Now, Mark is at a weird stage right now because Mark is half Viltrumite. If you didn't know, Nolan, who is Omni-Man, this guy right here, he is what they call a Viltrumite. That is his race. And later on in the live, I will go into great detail on Viltrumites and their powers and things of that nature. But Mark, who is his son, Mark Grayson, is also half Viltrumite and is expected to get powers just like his father. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, he is expected to get powers like his father. The scene starts off when we first meet Mark, him reading a comic on the crapper. See, I want to say the S word, but this is a children's channel. It's a children's channel. We, like my nana would say, we not gonna cuss. We not gonna cuss. Um, and he's reading Seance Dog or whatever that comic is that he's reading. His mom comes in and she invades the bathroom. And he's like, Ma, you know, I mean, any young teenage kid, I would have said that to my mom. Even if she hit him with the famous old line, I used to change her diapers. Ain't nothing going on down there that I haven't seen. Still, I don't want you in the bathroom with me, Mom. I gotta bang the gavel on Debbie for that. And to be honest with you, I love Mark's mom. Mark's mom reminds me a lot of my mom. Like they best friends, they could talk about anything. He got both the parents in the house, but he's closer to his mom. That's even if he don't admit it. That's it's not a theory; it's a fact. He's way closer. His dad's always out saving the world and things like that. He's like me, regardless. Even if Daddy Act would have been around, I would have still been closer to my mom. My mom just had that way of being able to talk to anybody. She was one of those type of ladies. So I could kind of relate to Mark Grayson's theology when it comes to his mom, and how close they are. Uh, you know, he is discovering at this time that he's going to get his power soon enough. But Mark actually, maybe because of the fact that he's half human, he's actually developing the powers kind of late. And Mark too is kind of the ideal son here because Mark, he's longing to get his powers. He's longing to fight crime and injustice, just like his father is doing. Um, Normally, the latest Viltrumites, they receive their powers at 17. I mean, no, 16 going on 17. But Mark, he's kind of a late bloomer right now. And his parents, he basically has the ideal American life right now. He's the only child. It's just his mom and his dad are in love. His dad is a great guy who's a superhero. Um, it kind of seems like could anything goes wrong? Uh, Maybe except in his personal life, which when we go to school, we kind of get an idea of what type of guy Mark is. And once again, this is a difficult time for all of us, going to high school. You know, let me be honest with you. I actually had a harder time fitting in middle school than in high school. It was like, and for some people that I grew up with, it was actually the other way around. But I wouldn't change that for the world. That I think high school is more important and it shapes the type of person that you truly are going to be. It don't matter from 20 something all the way up until 30 something. Most people that I know haven't changed. Shoot, even my old heads that's 40 something, you know, for the most part, from what people tell me, they haven't changed. So now we come across Todd. He's in school. He's talking to his best friend. And he sees Amber being harassed by Todd. Now, Todd is like a Flash Thompson. Picture Spider-Man and Flash Thompson in school. That's basically what this is right here. And Mark, he gets socked in the face and punched for defending Amber because he actually felt bad and things like that. And he gets beats up real. He get beat up pretty bad by Tom. Tom whooped that ass. I told you we could say ass. Uh, that's not a curse. Hell or damn. We could say that's not a curse, you two. But when we start getting into them other words, then I understand. But yeah, Mark gets beat up, and then now he's at Burger Mart, and he's throwing away the garbage. He got a job. He in high school. He got a job. It's crazy because that was like around the age I started work. I was probably a year younger than him when I started working. My mom was younger than me, and then he throws the garbage basically into outer space, and he discovers that his latent powers is manifesting. Now he's at the dinner table with his parents after his dad saved a dragon, beat up a dragon in Hong Kong. And then he lets his father know, he lets Nolan know that he's getting his powers. Nolan didn't really believe it at first. Debbie had to kind of kick him. And you know, it's one of those days like you're happy, you just like, yo, I really got my powers and things like that. So you wouldn't be able to sleep. Then he goes back into a memory that he had when he was younger with his father. And his father, you know, this is probably right about when he's going to hit puberty. And he lets him know about his heritage, about being a Viltrumite, and how they come from a blue oasis, alone in the solar system, much like the planet that they on. Viltrumites are very similar to humans. They can fly, move at super speeds, possess great strength, and they age very slowly. Like for instance, I think Nolan is like 1,000 years old. I don't know, something like that. And then he explains how he came to the planet because he explains that he was supposed the protector of Earth. He saved Debbie, Invincible's mom, and his Omni Man's wife from a car falling on her. And then you know they met, married, and Then came Mark. Um, they also possess the power of flight. So after Mark comes back from the memory, he attempts to try to fly. He's at the top of his roof, and he ends up levitating. And as he tries to levitate, he propels himself upward. He propels himself upward, and he propels himself upward, but he goes so high that he is not able to breathe. He isn't able to breathe, and he's not able to really control uh, his flight pattern. He's not. He's not even able to land. Uh, he tries flying because at 1 a.m. he couldn't sleep, but he didn't realize that he had to be up around 6 o'clock before he went to school because his dad wants to instruct him on how to fly. And he has to learn stuff like this. After all, he is half Viltrumite. Nah, Tay Tay, this is far from that. This is far from that. It ain't X-Men, but it is a comic. You right about that. It is a comic. Say he looked like Cyclops from X-Men. Cyclops can't fly. And Cyclops don't got super strength. But I will say this. Cyclops let that visor off and let it rip and unleash the raw power, it's over. But back to Omni-Man and Mark. Mark gets up, he flies with his dad. He explains to him how to fly. Mark doesn't get the gist of flying. Uh, uh, but he's actually not too bad for his first lesson. So his dad actually asks him, like, yo, you're not, he's like, you're really good at flying, late night practice. You know what I mean? And Mark did have that, but he still doesn't have it fully down packed yet. See, this is such a great show. You know what I mean? I wish everybody have Amazon and they could watch the show and tell me what they think of it. You know, Tay Tay, when you get Amazon, I'm gonna need you to watch the show. I'm gonna need you to watch the show, sis. And now that Mark couldn't land, he crashes into the ground. His dad asks him to land. He tries to teach him how to fight. And Mark has no skill in combat yet, but he wants to do what his dad does, so he's willing to learn. So now he's kind of sparring with his dad, and his dad punches him in the chest, and oh my goodness, was it a crazy shot? I don't think Mark could brace himself for the type of shot that he got hit with because he could barely breathe after Omni Man hit him with the shot. But he has to learn this. I agree with what his dad said. If you want to do what I do, this is something that you got to learn, Mark. Hold on, let me see. Tay said, "Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, make sure y'all shop usual suspect 6. So I'm gonna get it soon, bro. I'm waiting for Red to help me get it on my Fire Stick. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna need you. Yeah, cause look, once you do get Amazon Prime, you know what I'm saying? Or I could send you the watch party. You know what I mean? I'll text you the watch party and all of that good stuff. And when we do the watch parties, and then me and KG cover the show, you know what I mean? You'll know what's going on because this is only episode 1. You know what I mean? I'm doing season 1 episode. There's really 2 seasons already, but the second season just started. Took us forever to get it, but it just started. So now Mark is back in school and he confronts Todd. And he tells Todd, hit him as hard as he can. This time Todd can't hurt him because Mark's powers is manifesting. He doesn't want to hit him back. If he was to hit Todd back, now that he basically, I'm gonna call it Viltrumite puberty. Him hitting his Viltrumite puberty, it would have been over. So now he's going out and he's patrolling. Like I said, he's still not good. He puts on his own costume that he made up at home with a bandana across his face. And he sees dudes shooting at cops and things of that nature. So, Mark got a lot of his father in him. So, and that stuff like that make me scared to have a kid because I'll be like, oh my god, I wouldn't know what to do if my kids was so brave and adventurous like myself. I would be scared to death, But this is one of those situations where it is like that. And Mark goes out and he fights a bad guy by the name of Tyson, who's actually played by the new Blade, Mahershala Ali. We're going to talk about that too on this channel. The new Blade coming out. I cannot wait. That is my favorite black superhero, Marvel, DC. Even though he's a Marvel character, that is my favorite. Not T'Challa, not Black Panther, even though shout out to T'Challa, but my favorite black superhero is always going to be Blade. All of their strength, the best vampire ever. It's a tie between him and Dracula for me. Yes, Tay-Tay, they better than, oh my God, even though I love her. Who was that? Who was that played Underworld? What was her name, Tay? Kate Beckinsale? Was that her? Well, I could be wrong. I don't remember her name, but yeah, I like her too. I can't lie. But all of their strengths and none of their weaknesses. We looking forward. So now Mark runs into this guy that's a bad guy named Titan. He beats him up, but his dad, he has a little trouble. His dad comes there. It kind of gives him assistance. Um, he's just trying to live up to his dad's stature and his dad's merit. It's like any child that has a great parent and loves what they do. They trying to achieve what they parent achieved. You know what I mean? He actually even tells his dad, like, to hit him, he could take it. And now his dad tells him to follow him or whatever. His dad doesn't hit him. Nolan doesn't hit Mark because he knows he'll freaking destroy Mark if he hits him with one punch. Mark ain't ready yet. He young. He ain't even in his prime yet. He's 17. We could start going into the prime at like 20, 21. But he ain't even there yet. And he brings him to Art. Art, who is played by Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker. Oh man, I was so happy to see that he was here voice acting on this show. I was so happy. Shout out to Mark Hamill. You know what I mean? She said, "Well, Blade is the Daywalker." Oh yeah, okay, that's her name. She played Selena from the Underworld. Okay, okay, yeah. I love her. I love her. Yeah, I know, but Tay, didn't I just tell you that that's my favorite black superhero? I know he the Daywalker, Miss. That's Eric Brooks right there. Shoot, I got the freaking anime of Blade. That's how hard. That's how die hard of a. I gotta get the comic book. She said, "Oh wow, I need to see this." I love Mark. Yeah. Word. Yeah, he plays the dude that makes the costumes, and basically that was a treat from Nolan to Mark, to cheer him up a little bit. Uh, Actually, the guy Art, he makes prom dresses and prom suits in the daytime, but at nighttime he makes all of the superheroes in that town's outfits, indestructible outfits for them. And Mark doesn't know what his name is going to be yet. So once he comes up with a name, he'll be able to sew up a suit for Mark. Yeah, he did that. That's why that's my man's. He played. He anytime I think of the Joker, that's who I think of. I think of Mark Hamill. You know what I'm saying? That's who I think of because he did such a great job. But anyway, back to Invincible. Now Mark is practicing his landing because he did such a bad job in front of his dad, and his mom is like, "You need to get some rest and stuff like that." And he actually lashes out on his mom and tells her to make him. She's like, she said, "Does that make you feel strong that you know that your mom, that's a normal woman, I can't make you do it?" So I was kind of a little disappointed in Mark. You know what I mean in that, and the mom is kind of feeling like useless when it comes to her, baby boy. She feels like now he's grown. It was always Mark and her when before he got his powers. Now he's riding off into the sunset with his dad, trying to be a superhero. I ain't gonna lie, I really love the mom, man. She remind me a lot of my mom. You know what I'm saying? Like I love their relationship and the dynamic in this. This is really a good story. And he's explaining to his mother how important this is to him, how important it is for him to be able to measure as high as his dad had. And Debbie understands that, but she still doesn't want to lose that relationship with her son. Cause like I'm telling you, before he got his powers, it was always mom, mom, mom. Now that he got his powers, it is kind of dad, dad, dad. He got to shadow his dad because his dad is a Viltrumite and can explain to him all of the things that's going on with him. And now it comes back to him and his dad. They're playing baseball together. Well, their version of basically playing catch with baseball gloves, with a baseball and a baseball mitts, and they're throwing it at each other. And of course, they're throwing it at abnormal speeds that the human eye or body can't really process. Yeah, his mom is mortal. Debbie's mortal, but it don't matter the fact that she's mortal. She got a good heart and she's a good person. And with all savage men, you need a good woman. And this is how during the catch game, Mark comes up with his name. His dad lets him know, like, most kids that are teenagers think they're invincible. And unlike kids that are mortal, like I'll just explain to Tay Tay, Mark actually is. And that's how he comes up with his name. He goes back to art and art makes his suit. And Mark calls himself invincible. And basically, that's how he got his name from playing catch with his father. He becomes invincible and dons the outfit that y'all see here in this photo. And to be honest with you, I appreciated the imagery and the symbology, Tay Tay, if you're still there, and how it all played out. This is exactly why you need to get Amazon so that you can watch it. I already know you're going to like this. I'm going to tell you one reason why I know you're going to like this. One, you're going to like the whole dynamic with the love interest with the mom, the dad, and Mark. And another thing, you're gonna like the fact that they basically got Superman's powers. They basically got Superman's powers. So now Mark goes out and he's patrolling now in his new costume. The cops are getting bulldozed by Kill Cannon. I believe that's the bad guy. Yeah, it's Kill Cannon. And Invincible is getting into a tussle with him. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, he's washing him. He's definitely washing him. It's really not even a match. So basically, that's the end. But now we go back to the Guardians of the Globe, and we check out what's going on with those guys. And Red Rush, he's talking to his girlfriend, and he has the same problems as the Flash guy with his girlfriend. He can't stay put. He hear about something happening, he goes off real quick, and then he comes back in the Flash. But the girlfriends is probably so used to them by now, they know that when they sneaking off and fighting crime and come right back. You know, the average person wouldn't know that with a speed still, but the girlfriends always know. It's called the woman's intuition for a reason. So everybody's getting a page. Red Rush, when he's on the picnic with his girlfriend, he gets a page. The Immortal, he's fighting. What bad guy is this again? I forgot what that dude's name was. But he launches a dude into space and he takes the call. Then Aquarius is sitting bored under the sea in the, I don't know if that's Atlantis or wherever he's at, but he gets the page. And dag, I guess if you would are a superhero, it would be boring just sitting around. You know what I mean? And then War Woman, she gets the page. Yeah, basically everybody's getting a page and being summoned. And then you get Martian Man, who's actually, I don't know, he it seemed like he hang out with poor people, but with a little girl that's like an orphan and like an abandoned building, and he stretches himself. He said that that's like the most he ever stretched, and he got a he gets the page basically, and the little girl Nikki, she wants to come with him, but she says no. And then Green Ghost, she takes pictures for supermodels, and the Green Ghost gotta go. Oh yeah, and then of course we got my man Darkwing. Now I don't know if they was taking that name from an old cartoon named Darkwing Duck, but he seems more like a black Batman to me, with his gadgets and I think that that's pretty dope. The type of handcuffs that he got, they're like magnetic. But he leaves the bad guys that he's pursuing there, and he hops in his jet, and he goes up to meet up with the rest of the Guardians of the Globe. And once they all end up meeting up there, they thought that Darkwing is the one that summoned them there, but then they realized something is fishy in the water, and Red Rush pushed Immortal out the way to see Omni Man trying to attack them. Yes, Omni Man is there trying to attack, and we all thought Omni Man was such a great guy. Aquarius attacks him. Red Rush is getting guys out the way. Omni Man squeezing Red Rush head together. His eye pops out. See, my thing is, I was wondering, was Omni Man holding back? Yeah, he just killed. He just murders Darkwing with no problem. Oh my god. Then he murders Green Ghost with no problem either. No problem. They actually thought that maybe like somebody warped his mind, but that wasn't the case. He takes he ends up taking Wonder Woman's lance and bashes Aquarius across the head, and Martian Man wraps around him. He punches a hole, snaps War Woman's neck, punches a hole in the Immortal, even though Immortal is basically he's immortal. And last but not least, as Immortal's getting ready to die, he asks Nolan why, and Nolan chops his head off, and that's the end of the Guardians of the Globe. And I guess he's so tired that he passes out, and that concludes the first episode of season one of Invincible, which, like I said, is a great story. Um, Tay Tay, there is no weaknesses. They don't got no kryptonite weakness. None of that. None of that. Only thing I can say is they don't got heat breath. I mean, they don't got heat, vision, or super breath. That's one thing that I could say. They don't got heat vision, or super breath. Nah, for real, they don't. They don't got a weakness. I'm not lying. You know what I'm saying? They don't. She said, "Don't go there." I'm not saying that. I'm just saying. I'm actually saying Superman got a couple more attributes that they don't got. They could do damn near everything Superman could do, but they don't got the laser vision and they don't got the super breath. But at the same time, they don't got kryptonite as a weakness. So I'm not going there, Tay. That's a good thing. And Superman got a couple more. Even though Superman, all you gotta do is put that little green rock in front of him, it's a wrap. But nah, they don't got that. But like I said, I will say this. This is a great show. If anybody can watch it and they have Amazon, this is a must watch. I don't even watch TV shows. I'm more of a movie guy. But I gotta admit, whenever I see a new episode, I gotta tune in when it comes to this. I gotta tune in when it comes to this. It's a great show. I hope everybody have a blessed night. Gonna get ready to go over to my brother 503's channel. And if y'all didn't catch this live, make sure y'all run it back. We will be doing season 1, episode 2 real soon. That will be coming to y'all real soon. I just got to make sure that I keep dropping comments. Sorry. Make sure y'all comment, share, and subscribe. I got to make sure I keep dropping content. For my peoples. And make sure this channel don't go unseen. So salute to all my she said that's what's up, bro. Keep up the good work. Yeah, Julia inspired me yesterday. You know what I mean? I knew I was gonna talk about the match yesterday because that was an important fight. You know what I mean? I'll probably be back next important fight, but as far as my channel, the Jab Jamboree, but I'm gonna just be on this one, trying to build this one for the kids, and we're gonna leave it there. Shout out to the LDBC, shout out to the Full Berserker Clan, shout out to Comic Cons, shout out to my sis Tay Tay. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Queen of MMA if y'all like UFC and PFL and shoot. I don't think there's any more Bellator, but whatever is out there, and Bare Knuckle. You know what I mean? Y'all could go see her for that. But man, appreciate y'all, and we will be building. This is how my first channel started. I only had like one person on the live, and eventually it turned into at least a good solid amount of people. So salute to everybody. Love my sis Tay Tay and all my brothers. And next time I'm gonna try to bring the good doctor on because he watched this also, and salute. We'll be back for another one. Peace.